best iRacers in the business.
When we got stakes for real, we looking out for the opposition. We don't do this for mass appeal. Don't make me blast it still. I put in work, no Vladimir. You want me to lose, but I can't. Mama shed like 1,000 tears. I can't do that shit to waste. I pull up in Mercedes. Next year you gon' see me pull up in the race.
This is gonna create fantastic racing.
When I was down bad, boy, I got on my knees, I started to pray. Now I'm breaking bread with my young vet wins. You was a part of the gang. No, now we getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I could turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights. You know I got the strap. Go right up, now we getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I could turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights. You know I got the strap. Go right, I push the.
He refuses to lose!
I do the dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas.
Yeah, okay, my timing is critical. They know my rhyming is pivotal. Homie, the dash is digital, gas residual. Fire and smoke like I'm needing a ritual. You bet my cash is on. I hit the gas, I'm gone. Riding my wave. I've been stuck in my zone. I've been blast them all. Sliding on fate. I've been finding my ways. Grinding for days. I've been shining the hate. All of y'all wanted for praise. Stuck in a phase. Light it and turn it ablaze. Yeah, homie, you don't want to race. Nah, better to stick to your place. Yeah, want it all, I got a taste. You push on the pedal, now I got a skate. Yeah, all I ever know. Put me on this throne. Pinnacle. Push my buttons and that motherfucker go. What you know, what you own. Push it and I zone. Sonic booms from the room, running till the tomb with my goons, motherfucking fumes. Y'all know what it do with the crew when we coming through. Y'all know better move, make it fast. Ain't no second chance coming for your ass.
iRacing Top 10, here he comes!
Better push the gas like.
I do the dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas.
Showtime! Welcome to the Dega Boys Broadcasting Network. Tonight we are broadcasting the Nexus Motor City Cup here at Chicagoland Speedway. This is a 1.53 mile D-shaped oval. We have a track temp of 90 degrees right now, ambient of 88. Humidity set at 41%. We are partly cloudy with a 13-mile-an-hour wind coming through here at the track. We are located in Joliet, Illinois. 18 degrees of banking in the corner, 11 on the front, 5 on the back. Length of back straight is 1,700 feet, and we're going to be catching some incredible action going down the front with a 2,400 feet section of track there. Pace speed tonight will be 65 miles an hour with a pit lane speed of 50. And if you look now, we apologize a little bit. We are just getting into qualifications, though. We'll go right into this. Not going to miss any of this good action going on here. We've got Dallas Seaward on track. We've got a lot of people on track right now, including Bryce Saucier in the 4-car. Looks like he will be one of your first to cross the start-finish line. Let's go and switch to Bryce and see what he can do as he's coming through turns 1 and 2. Oh, I also want to mention tonight we've got Jared back in the booth. He will be bringing all of our action coming from the pits, coming from driver radios. We also have Jay in the booth tonight as well, joining me again in this wonderful broadcasting session. Jay, how you doing tonight?
Dude, I am doing great. I am so excited for this race. Been chomping at the bit all week for this one. I'm expecting some amazing racing here out of the best iRacers in the business at one of the best tracks in all of North America here. So I'm excited.
It truly is a shame that we don't race here, in the Cup Series anymore. Any series, it's a shame. This is an awesome track.
Yeah, and it's a lot like Kansas that we saw here a few weeks ago when Bryce Saucier ended up taking the win there and a thrilling finish there. It's going to be a lot like that here again tonight. Multi-lane track, very competitive. You're going to see 3-4 wide all night on restarts and during the runs. I'm super excited to see what these iRacers can do here tonight and put on a great show for everyone at home.
Absolutely. Currently, Matt Stevens, on pole. We've got Scott Mayhew just crossing the line now. We'll go to Rob Collier in the O2 car. Bad fast machine. I don't know if any of you guys watched the race from last Friday, but oh my gosh, this guy had a career race, a statement to put out there at the end of that race. He is wanting to be top dog in this league. He goes P5 on the board now, but look at the spread between those drivers. It is almost nothing.
Yeah, it's tight. Like I mentioned at the beginning, the best iRacers in the business. Definitely here in the Monday series as well. Rob Collier, pretty much been your consistent pole sitter here in this league so far this season. Let's see if he can back it up here in his second lap.
He's looking fast. See what he gets there. And he goes P1 with a 29.9. Currently the only driver to get into the 29s.
Yeah, that's impressive. I'm curious to see what kind of qualifying speed these LA Motorsports guys. We see Jamie Knopf now on the track. Winner last week. They're at, was it Darlington or was it?
Charlotte.
It was Charlotte. That's right.
Yep, your most recent winner here in the Motor City Cup, Jamie Knopf. Might be taking this first lap a little bit slower. Trying to get his tires warmed up. Maybe gain some speed. You're going to see him mash the throttle pedal here coming off at 2 to get some momentum built up for 3 and 4 to start his one and only qualifying lap that he has.
Wow, he's ripping the top. That's an interesting strategy here in qualifying. You think you'd want to run the bottom, but we've seen they set their car up for the long run in the race trim. So qualifying's not really a necessity for these LA guys.
Absolutely, and we see that week in and week out with these guys. Long run speed is their name of the game. It's what they're good at.
Yeah, and for the most part, it's worked out in their favor because we've had a lot of long runs in the last few weeks here. Really flex their muscle.
Jamie Knopf goes P8. It's a little surprising. Yeah, at
That
least
is a really surprising time.
we'll see what Daniel Simmons can do as he crosses the line now. He goes P3.
Could be a little bit of a hangover there for Jamie after we saw that absolute thrashing of the Motor City Cup Series field last Monday there at Charlotte, like you mentioned. Just dominating performance. Got the monkey off his back. Been so close to that second win of the season. First since we've picked him up, and finally got it done.
Absolutely. We now have our last and final car hitting the track right now of Javone Thompson in the car that smiles back. He's going through 3 and 4 right now to looking to start his qualifying run here. We'll see what he can do.
He's also a guy that qualifies really well. Very consistent driver. Always finds his way to the front of the field by the race, no matter what happens throughout the night, good or bad.
Here he comes for his first time around. He goes P9. We have seen the second lap be faster. Javone Thompson trying to get a faster lap time this second time by if he can keep that car straight. Looking like he's got a pretty controllable car tonight.
Yeah, I think that might be the game plan strategy here out of a lot of these drivers is having more drivability, speed. I think that's going to be important tonight. As he goes P4, what a lap by Javon Thompson there.
Great lap by this 93 car, this 93 team. They have been a very consistent team this whole season. Really looking to get his first win tonight, that 93 car. We're going to go into some race predictions here, Jay. Let's go and talk over who we have to win. And you know what? I know we talked about it a little bit before the broadcast, but Jay, I'm going to let you go first. Let's see. Let's hear your pick.
Wow, I appreciate you letting me go first. I think I'm going to take the obvious pick here. I'm going to take your points leader here, Daniel Simmons. Didn't race last week, and I think he's going to come out with vengeance here tonight, and he's going to get his 10th victory on the season. Just an incredible year he's had. I think he's going to do it again.
There you have it. Daniel Simmons, Jay's pick tonight. You know what? I'm going to go with that 4 car of Bryce Saucier. We saw him prevail in Kansas. He's going to prevail again. The number 4 car will be my pick for tonight. One way or another, I feel like that 4 car is going to be up front. So we'll see. Look at this. We've got Tim Henderson in the chat. How's it up there in the booth? Tim, I am doing great. I am ready to watch some racing. I am ready to watch you put it all on the track and get a very good finish tonight. Ready to start this. Still got 1 minute left in qualifying. All cars have hit the track. We are just letting these guys take a little breather before we go into our warm-up session that we do every week with every series. And we've got Jared in the booth. Jared, what do you got for us?
Well, guys, I mean, you guys are talking about your picks to win this, and I thought I would go over what I thought. I'm going with Jamie Knopf is my guy that I think is going to win this, because when I was looking at their qualifying here, it kind of reminiscent of their race in Charlotte, where during qualifying they didn't show that initial speed. They didn't qualify very well, but once the race got going, you saw that long run speed that they had, and they were able to gain a lot. So, guys, I'm going with Jamie Knopf to win this one.
Great pick. We know those LA Motorsports guys, they love to set up for the long run. Not a lot of short run speed. A very good pick there by Jared by going with Jamie Knopf. We got both the LA Motorsports guys he chose. You got Daniel Simmons with Jay. Jared chose Jamie Knopf. I guess I'm the odd guy out.
I think it's kind of funny that none of us took Rob Collier after his Friday performance. I mean, he's got to be riding a wave of just absolute joy and just having the best times of racing in his life right now.
Well, we're about to find out what Rob Collier can do tonight. We'll give a huge congratulations again to Rob Collier for grabbing another pole in this series. He is the fastest man on track for qualifying.
Yeah, he's always just got so much raw speed week in, week out. It's just not a surprise that he's on pole.
Absolutely. That O2 car usually sets up for a lot of speed in the short run. Then we see him fade off a little bit where the LA Motorsports guys can capitalize. But if we get ourselves into a situation where we were in Kansas, where we had a lot of late race cautions, you can absolutely see that O2 car up in the front.
Looks like now that we got some race trim underneath these cars, we see Rob Collier still quick with a 30.6. And then you got the Ace Racing guys there. Matthew Stephen who's always consistent. Came away with a 4th place finish there last week at Charlotte. He's running second. Now Tim Henderson, he goes to the top of the board here in the warm-up. Looks like a lot of these guys, like we mentioned in qualifying, are set up for the race trim. Not a lot of qualifying speed, not necessary here. Going for the race drivability and race speed here. As now Jamie Knopf goes from 10th in qualifying straight to the top of the board in the warm-up. And same with Javon Thompson. Wasn't there for qualifying speed. He goes to the top of the board as well. So very interesting strategies here.
Yeah, lots of switching up going on here. We were talking about the long run speed of the LA Motorsports guys, but maybe they've brought something different this weekend.
That's one thing I was thinking before we went live is we think we've got it figured out. We think we know what's going to happen. And then the green flag flies. And then everything you thought goes out the window and it just turns into absolute thrilling racing that you just couldn't imagine to happen. As always in the Nexus series.
Absolutely. Some of the best drivers on the service heading around this track at Chicagoland, ready to put on a great show for you guys tonight. We are excited up here in the booth to be able to bring you guys that action. I'm excited myself. I can't wait for this race to start.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of 4-wide racing tonight. I'm expecting bold moves. A lot of great strategy thrown in between with the long runs we're expecting. And just absolute on your edge, thrilling finish, as always, here in the Nexus Rewind series. Looks like you guys got about 25 seconds left. Go get your snacks, get your drinks, and get cozy.
Matt Steven topping that warm-up. But we'll go back here to our starting lineup. Tonight, Rob Collier again on pole in that 02 car with Matt Steven on the outside of him in the 98 car.
Starting third, big money, your points leader, Daniel Simmons in the 6 car. Starting alongside Javon Thompson in the car that smiles back 93.
Starting in 5th place, we have Bad Brad Haldane hailing out of Canada. Again, starting in 5th place, Derek Miller in 6th in that 48 car. He is going to be starting on the outside of Brad Haldane.
Starting 7th, we have Spicy Bryce Saucier in that 4 car. Starting next to his teammate in the 8, Mitchell Samito.
Dallas Seward is starting in 9th in that beautiful colored paint scheme, that 38. And then in 10th, we have Jamie Knopf in the LA Motorsports crew in that 2 car.
Starting 11th, we have Steven Dowd in the 09, with Tim Henderson rounding out your top 12 starters here in the number 60 car.
that rounds out your top 12. Rob Collier going to be leading this field to green in that 0-2 Roll Tide car. We'll see if he can prevail tonight here in Chicago. Ready to get this race going. We'll see. Yes, lights out on the pace truck. We are not going to be taking another lap. We are going to be racing this time by. We will again see the 0-2 car lead the field to green, as we have seen a lot in the previous races. Very familiar sight to see that 0-2 car up front. We'll see what he can do to hold off these LA Motorsports guys, as well as Ace Racing and Javon Thompson up there. Here we go. We are lights off on the pace truck. He is pulling in. Rob Collier leading the field to green. Green flag is in the air. The 0-2 gets a real good jump over the 98. 0-2 is out by himself right now. The 6 and the 98 side by side now going into turn 1. The 0-2 goes and drops to the bottom. He is holding that bottom lane real quickly, and it looks like the 6 car is now pulling up to the 0-2 car going down the back straightaway.
As it looks like we're going 3 wide for third. Bryce Saucier thinks better of it, stays behind Brad Haldane, as now we're 3 wide behind that with Javon Thompson, Dallas Seward, and Derek Miller. That's lap 1.
Some great side-by-side racing. We're seeing back here in the back with the 98 cars, the 38, the 93, and the 48 doing a great job. Here comes the 4 car up to 4th place with Derek Miller now rounding out the top 5. These guys are still side-by-side in the back going into turn 3.
Side-by-side racing here all night here in the Motor City Cup Series, as we have Matt Steven up on the outside of Seward. He's looking. He clears him, coming across the stripe this time.
All the way up till about 7th place. We are single file at the moment. And will you look at this? Brad Haldane is going for the throat of the 2nd place competitor, Daniel Simmons. Daniel Simmons is a monster powerhouse in this series, and Brad is challenging him going through 3 and 4.
Bad Brad Haldane wants to lead early all over the points leader here, Daniel Simmons, as they close in on Collier. This is getting exciting here early on.
And there goes the 39, ripping the outside, different than everybody else. Is this a plan to save some tires for the end of this run? Maybe or maybe not. He might have just set his car up like that. Again, he's going to the outside of the 6 car. He's looking to put a nose there, coming off of turn 4, but the 6 car shuts the door. It doesn't matter. The 39 is side by side with the 6, coming on lap 6.
Brad Haldane still on the outside, ripping the top. He makes the move and completes it on Daniel Simmons. Move bad Brad Haldane up to 2nd behind Rob Collier here as they charge down the back.
A great show of performance by this 39 car, as we see most of the rest of the field go single file here through 3 and 4. Brad Haldane still ripping that middle now through 3 and 4, while everybody else is hitting the white line on the bottom of the racetrack.
Now, that's a great observation, as the next guy to really tempt the waters out there is Javon Thompson back there in 6th, as now you see him go to the bottom as I say it, and Derek Miller goes to the outside.
Some great lines they're testing here. Maybe something possibly to help them at the end of this race. Brad Haldane now moving up an entire lane through 3 and 4 to try and find some grip possibly, or some speed coming off of there. He is now a consistent lap time with Rob Collier, just a hair faster. Brad Haldane, the fastest car on track right now, sitting in 2nd place.
Yeah, this is why I love Chicagoland Speedway. Such a multi-lane track. As you 3 different lines being used here. You got the inside, the middle, and then the wall if you're brave enough.
It looks like we have Steven Downton going a lap down at the moment. Possibly some restart damage there that he's dealing with. Unfortunately, we did not catch it on camera. We'll see that 09 car get back to the front of this race just in time. As we talking about that, the 39 is slowly inching up to the 02 of Rob Collier. He was 2/10 quicker than the leader that time by, and again, the fastest car on track. And now we see the 39 trying to make a move on the 02, but it's not going to happen this time by. Through 1 and 2, Brad Haldane taking the upper line again, while Rob Collier working the bottom.
Yeah, he peaked on the bottom there across the front stretch. Wasn't able to make it happen into 1. I think he prefers that outside line. Is he back to the top on Collier now?
Haldane having a piece that is different than everybody else. These two cars right here of Haldane and Collier pulling away from the rest of the field, they've got a whole second on third place.
Yeah, that's a great point. While they're battling, is Haldane still trying to make it happen on the outside? He wants to lead this race. He wants to lead bad.
Absolutely. We're watching this 39 car just push it to the limits to try and get around this 02 car. Now, we also know that tire fall-off is a huge deal with these cars, as he's going to be pushing his car too hard and able to complete that pass. And is the 6 car of Daniel Simmons going to be able to catch these guys and put on another show?
Yeah, it's surprising to see that Brad Haldane's able to match the short run speed of Collier, which we've noted all year has got the best takeoff speed of anybody in the series. Still holding the lead, but Brad Haldane is not letting go, still maintaining that gap as they pull away from your 3rd and 4th place drivers, Simmons and Saucier here.
Absolutely. These front two guys are pulling identical lap times with a 31.4. Now, Daniel Simmons was just a little bit quicker that time by. Your fastest car on track was Matthew Stevens, all the way in 6th place. So we'll see what's going to be happening here. Maybe that Ace Racing crew bringing a good car to this race weekend.
Yeah, that is also a great point, as these Ace Racing guys were fast last week. Charlotte as well. They figured out their 1.5 package here, and they have been improving week in, week out. Maybe they're contenders, as now Haldane is still looking to the outside of Collier here off of 2.
This pass is really hard to make as we see the 02 get real tight off of turn 2. Brad's going to be looking to make a move on the 02 going into 3. He gets real close to his bumper. We'll see if he can get a run coming off of turn 4.
Oh, it looks like he's going to pull a crossover from the top to the bottom. Does he take it to the bottom? Collier leaves the bottom open for him. A lot of respect. Here goes Haldane into 1, side by side with Collier. Can he make it happen?
Going through 1 and 2 right now. They are still side by side. Brad Haldane holding on to that lead for a second, but he is going to relent going down the back straightaway. Brad Haldane remains in 2nd place as Collier now continues to lead this race through 3 and 4.
Yeah, Collier is such a tough driver on this track to pass. Every week just makes it difficult to get around him. Doesn't lay down for anybody. Still hanging on to the lead here. Can Haldane make it happen, as now Daniel Simmons is closing in on this battle here for the lead.
We also saw the 4 car of Bryce Saucier lose a spot to his teammate Derek Miller. Derek Miller's on the move as well.
Oh, Haldane all over the back of Collier. He's going to drive it in deep into 3. Can he make it? It looks like he's just going to hang right there behind him.
And here comes Daniel Simmons. Off of turn 4, he has a run on Brad Haldane going to the outside. Brad is stuck on the bottom. We know he's slow there. As he forces his way to the top behind the 02, the 6 car relents coming off of turn 2.
As now it brings in Derek Miller. We got a 4-car battle now here for the lead. Where do they go? They've got to make something happen as Haldane goes back to the outside, going back to what works here off of 4. As now Simmons looks underneath him coming to the line here.
This is just incredible racing we're watching right now. Some great car control out of these guys. Brad Haldane side by side with the 6. The 6 is looking to make a move on the 02 or 3 wide into turn 1.
Oh, it's incredible. Haldane with the run off of 2. Can he make it happen? It looks like he will.
Brad Haldane making it work on the outside, going down the back straightaway and into turn 3. Your new leader, the 39, but here comes the 02 back on the inside, coming off of turn 4.
And now Derek Miller's in the mix. Can he do something now as he pushes Haldane across the line? Haldane leads that lap. As now Collier's a little sideways, a little nudge from Simmons. As now Saucier's in the mix.
And here comes the 48 car. He is side by side with the O2. The O2 pushes up on the apex of the corner, forcing the 48 to go a little bit higher and lift. So does the O2, but it doesn't matter. Here comes the 48 in second place.
Derek Miller to the bottom with that shove from his teammate Bryce Saucier. Can he make a pass on Haldane here? Haldane a little sideways off of 4.
Bad Brad leading this race at the moment. He's got a charging bull behind him in that 48 car, reminiscent of the Jimmy Johnson times. But we see the 39 rip the top again. He gets such a good run off of turn 2, it looks like he's going to hold on to the lead.
Wow, Bryce Saucier thought about taking it to the bottom 3 wide, thinks better of it. Now he's going straight to the top, up to the wall. Getting a great run here out of 4 as Miller is side by side with Haldane. Coming across the line this time.
Looks like Derek Miller is going to lead that lap. A new leader, the 48, as the 39 fights to get that leap back on the outside of turn 1 and 2.
He's going to get a great run off of 2. He's going to drag him down the back, clear him here. It's now Miller. Where's he going to go into 3?
Brad gets such a good run going down the back straightaway. It is not the same coming off of turn 2. If he can squeeze the 48 down and take away his run going down the front straightaway, he can continue to lead laps as he did that time by. Brad Haldane led that lap, and going into turn 1 now, the 48 has the advantage.
Still side by side. Brad Haldane's going to clear him off of 2 again this time as Daniel Simmons way to the bottom as Matthew Steven goes around the outside of him.
That is just unbelievable, the speed that the 39 has going down the back straightaway. He is absolute king coming off of turn 2. He has so much speed that nobody can compete with him.
As now both Ace Racing guys file in behind him and maybe not try the bottom. Never mind. He goes right back to the bottom, does Derek Miller. Can he clear him off at 2 with the slider? No, he cannot.
The 48's going to looking like he's going to have to back off going down the back straightaway. He does, but the 48's going to get a little help from his teammate of the 4 car, giving him a little nudge going down the back straightaway and helping him into 3. Brad Haldane still leading this race in front of the 48 and the 4.
Looked like Bryce Saucier had a run there on Derek Miller. Wasn't able to make it happen off of 4. He's going to file back in line as now Daniel Simmons is on his bumper. Where does he go?
And look at that, we're catching lap traffic of Steven Downton. I don't think it's going to play much of a role with Brad given his lane, and it doesn't look like it, but these 2 Ace Racing guys are side by side going into turn 3. They're going to have to probably make it a 3-wide situation for a brief moment, maybe on the exit of turn 4.
Oh, what a run there by Daniel Simmons as you saw Derek Miller lose the back end a little bit. Move Daniel Simmons up to 3rd. Oh, Miller sideways again in front of Downton. He saves it on the apron. He's going to lose multiple spots here.
But he's got a clean car. That was an amazing save by that 48 car to keep that car going straight and not get any damage. That 48 car can still be in the hunt to get back to the front and challenge Bad Brad. But here comes the 4 car now. He's wanting to challenge Bad Brad for the lead.
Yeah, and now Collier's coming back to the front. His car might have came back to him here as he's now running 5th. As Simmons is all over the back of Saucier here.
Saucier's not only having to hold back the 6 car, but trying to find a way to pass that 39 car. That 39 car is still just an absolute rocket. Coming off of turn 2, nobody can match it.
Oh, Bryce Saucier looked to block Daniel Simmons down the back. Was a little late. Simmons is going to get a run on the inside. He's probably going to clear him with the slider here off of 4. He does. Move Simmons up to P2.
What an incredible move by that 6 car to get around the 4 car. Can the 6 car do that with the 39 going down the front straightaway? He's not going to be able to do it off of turn 2. We know the 39 is so strong off of turn 2. The only opportunity for this 6 car is to pass him on the front straightaway. But he's also got the 4 car behind him, challenging him for that 2nd place.
Oh, Bryce Saucier sends it on the outside. What a bold move. Loses a little bit of momentum. Got a little tight off the corner. It looks like he's going to stay in third place in front of his teammate Matt Steven here.
This is some incredible racing, and we're only on lap 27. We got 167 laps of this. 140 to go.
Yeah, it's incredible racing we are watching is now Rob Collier going to the outside. Steven, as Bryce saw Daniel Simmons here. Daniel Simmons falls right in behind Haldane now. Is his car coming to life here on this long run?
The 6 car can possibly pull a slide job onto Brad Haldane going, oh, we got a caution. Let's go back here and see if anybody was caught up in anything. I didn't get anything on the...
Yeah, I didn't see anything either. Might have been Dallas Seward, maybe. He's going slow. Didn't see anything on my end either.
Oh, look at that. Scott Mayhew's got a little bit of damage on his right side. That could have possibly caused it. Let's go back and look at this replay and see if it was the 29. Oh, he gets into Robert Gass there in the 87. There's the caution.
Yeah, it looked like he just lost the nose there a little bit on exit. Pretty easy to do in these cars when you get that arrow push.
Let's look on board on our Dega Boys cam and see what he saw. Oh, looks like he just got a little tight there and got into the 87 a little bit. That gives everyone a break here. We're almost 30 laps into this. We can probably see most of everybody coming down pit road. Here comes Brad Haldane, your leader. Everybody's looking like they're pitting.
Yeah, we got a wholesale pit stop coming up here. Who's going to win the race off? Looks like Daniel Simmons did great job on pit entrance. He's side by side here with Haldane. See Saucier pill in now and Haldane. Oh, Haldane missed his box. Slid past it.
That's going to hurt. Oh, no. We got the 4, the 48, and the 98 passing the 39. That's all of Ace Racing right there. Got Mitchell Cimino in 5th.
Stop.
Ace Racing, 4 out of the 5 cars in the top 5. Unbelievable. Look at this. We got a pit road report from Jared. Jared, what do you got for us?
Well, guys, Stephen Downton's been having a lot of problems with his car here early on. I mean, that entire opening stretch right there in that race, he was super tight and is really having a hard time. So he's really looking to make some major adjustments here in the pits, and he says it'll either make it perfect or he'll end up in the wall, so he don't really know. So he's somebody to look at.
There you go. Stephen Downton looking to checkers or wreckers. That man having some bad luck, but he's looking to turn it around here. We see Brad Haldane now going back down pit lane. This might be a strategy call, just putting a little bit more fuel in it to see if he can make it a couple more laps than these other guys if we do go for another long run. Maybe possibly just trying to get out of the craziness that he just endured. We'll see. He looks like he did take a little bit of fuel. And here comes the 39.
He lost that track position anyway. You might as well come and top it off now. We know how fast it's great wheel here. I think this is a great call to be maybe a little bit more on fuel and just drive your way back to the front because you know he's going to do it super fast tonight.
Absolutely. Amy, I see you in the chat. She said she's going to go put this on her TV. No more of that iPad stuff. She's going straight to the TV. I like your style. Tim Henderson said we should have saw it from his point of view. You know what, Tim? I'm going to take your word for it. I'm pretty sure it was crazy. I'm glad you got away from that unscathed.
Tim Henderson all year has kind of been our in-race reporter with that Dega Boys cam. It seems like everything that goes wrong happens right in his lap, so he's been giving us some great footage so far this year. Shout out to Tim Henderson on that one.
Absolutely. this is a good time to say we got lights out on the pace truck. That, you know what that means. Yeah? We're going green flag racing this time, by. Yes, sir. This would be a great time to refill your snacks, get yourself another beer, sit back and relax. Join us on the fun in this race so far. It has been a crazy one, and we're only 32 laps in.
Yeah, if this next stint is anything like that first one, you guys are in for a well of a show. Already entertaining beyond max.
It's just about to get more interesting, too. We've got Ace Racing 1, 2, and 3. And then we got the LA Motorsports driver of Daniel Simmons. And then to top it off, another Ace Racing driver of Mitchell Samito. That is a great position to be in. If you're Ace Racing, you're going to have lots of help with all your teammates behind you. Derek Miller sitting in that prime position. And here comes the pace truck to pit road. We are about to go green flag racing here. Green flag race, or green flag is in the air. The 48 gets a pretty good jump there over his teammate of the 4 car of Bryce Saucier. Now going into turn 1, we have Ace Racing lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. And here comes Daniel Simmons to try and prevail on the outside. He is still side by side with the 8 going down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Ace Racing 1 through 3, almost 1 through 4 as Daniel Simmons is mixing up as Javone Thompson to the outside of Mitchell Samito here, 5th.
Oh, we saw in the back there, old Bad Brad getting sideways. He was 3 wide coming off of turn 4.
It looks like we're in a line here. Oh, is Daniel Simmons to the inside of Steven here? Can he make it happen for 3rd? Is Collier showing his face back up here in the mix?
Here comes Collier and Simmons on the inside coming off of turn 4. They're trying to do everything they can to pass this 8 car. This 8 car doing a great job keeping these cars behind their teammates, or his teammates, excuse me, and allowing them to get a bigger lead in front of this pack.
Oh, someone got sideways there off at 2. It looked like Mayhew Jr. maybe got a little sideways. He saved it. Great save by him. So he's now running 9th.
You see the 29 car and the 39 going at it. The 39 just still ripping the top side. He is unstoppable up there. We'll go back up to the front here. We've got Collier and Samito now going side by side racing through 3 and 4. That 8 car channeling his inner Ryan Newman at the moment. Doing a great job for his teammates, but Collier prevails going into turn 1.
Yeah, Collier with that short run speed, showing it again as he is driven through these Ace Racing guys, trying to go around Matthew Steven here for 3rd. Looks like he's going to get that done.
That was an absolute power move going through 1 and 2. He went and passed the 8 on the front and then the 98 through 1 and 2. He's now setting his sights on the 4 car of Bryce Saucier coming to the start-finish line now.
Don't look now. Here comes Bad Brad. Haldane going on the inside of Daniel. Already the front runners here. Start at the back, no problem. Moves into 6th place going out of 2.
That man is on rails as we see the 02 now go side by side with the 4 car. He is going to try and take that position away from him coming off of turn 4. He's got the nose at the moment, but he's also got the draft of the 48 car, but the 4 car is prevailing on the outside going into turn 1.
Wow, Saucier goes right back to the outside. Collier's hanging it on. As Haldane's also on the outside of Samito going 5th. Oh, he tags the wall. 2. He saves it though.
Look at this, the O2 car now going on the inside of the 48, going through 3 and 4. He's looking to take the lead of this race off of turn 4.
Your pole sitter, Rob Collier, on the inside of Derek Miller here for the lead. Just hoping to get by.
Oh, and he gets turned! Saucier wrecks, and the O2 wrecks as well going into turn 1. Some hard racing going on there. Oh, no, that was terrible. The O2 car marching his way to the front, and the 4 car trying to prevent him from doing that.
Two of the most aggressive drivers in the series going for the same spot on the racetrack. And that's what the result is. Made contact going into turn 1.
And that is some pretty significant damage to that O2 car, especially on such an aero-dependent track like where we're at here in Chicagoland. Of course, that 4 car grabbing some damage too. They're going to have to come in and get a quick repair. I don't think it's going to be viable to stay out with this damage.
Yeah, but it's early enough in the race. Maybe they could just not use their quick repair here and maybe just take the time to repair it on pit lane.
Well,
save that quick repair for later, maybe.
iRacing has delegated him back to 3rd place. That's going to give him more time to try and repair this car if he doesn't want to take a quick repair. It could possibly be something really good for him to just try and go and repair it and maybe go a couple laps and see if it's viable. We're seeing the O2, the 4, the 39, and everyone else from 11th on back come down to pit road. As we now see Derek Miller retake control of this race. But look at that. Jamie Knopf is back up into 5th place at the moment.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that myself. Haven't all day long. Top 5. 42 laps into this race. Being patient. This isn't what we saw from him last week with that dominant performance. Oh, it looks like Saucier took the quick repair.
Saucier took it, and Collier. Yep, they both take it. They did not feel like that the damage that they were fixing was going to be enough for what they needed. We'll see Brad here. He's got a little bit of damage too on the right side of that car. Maybe tagging the outside wall a little bit. Or grabbing some contact from maybe checking up from that wreck. We'll see. We got Amy back in the chat. She said, I can't comment on my TV, but Brad has been given a pep talk. What a great cheerleader. I love it.
Yeah, that's some great support right there. Fully getting into this. I love it. That is some great stuff right there.
Let's go, Bad Brad.
He's been fun to watch.
Yeah,
just drove straight to the lead, and then he had that pit stop, started from the back, drove all the way back to. Just incredible driving here tonight.
He's definitely got a fast car on him. We'll go back up to the front here with Derek Miller leading this pack at the moment. We still got lights on the pace truck. We are not going green this time by. We'll see what happens with everybody else. We see Steven Downton there still hanging around a lap down. He's probably encountering some more issues that's preventing him from getting back on the lead lap. But the good news is that he is still currently the only one a lap down. We could be seeing another caution here. We've got Brad Haldane on new tires. We got Collier on new tires. Saucier on new tires. Or basically everybody from Saucier on down on new tires, which is almost half the lobby here. And then they're going to be facing people with 6-lap old tires that they've been racing on, 6-7 laps. We'll see how important these tires are when it comes to passing these cars with a very minimal amount of laps on them. The tires. Oh, you know what? We can go and take a look at this replay real quick. My bad. We didn't even look at it. Alright, let's look at our Dega Boys onboard camera with the 4-car. Looking to the outside of the O2 here. Just not giving a lot of space to the O2 car. The O2 car was probably fully expecting that 4-car to be up to the wall when he wasn't.
Yeah, it just looked like a racing incident to me. Two guys that are super aggressive going for the same piece of real estate on the track and just got collected into each other there.
Yep, very unfortunate, but that's okay. These drivers do get a quick repair. They both have taken their quick repair. The good news is they are still in the race. Bad news is they have nothing to fall back on.
And they got to start in the back.
Yeah.
See if they can drive through this field.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got lights out on the pace truck. We are in the middle of 3 and 4 right now. That pace truck's going to peel off and go down into pit lane. That 48 car going to be leading this field to green. We've got Ace Racing 1, 2, 3 and LA Motorsports 4 and 5. We'll see what these Ace Racing guys can do on this restart. We see the pace truck pull off. And it is green flag in the air. We are racing again here at Chicagoland. The 48 car looking to get a good jump over his teammate. The 98 car, Matt Steven, with Mitchell Cimito behind him. Going through 1 and 2 right now. The 48 car holding on to that lead with about a 2/10 second gap over second place. And Jamie Knopf now in 4th place, looking for 3rd.
Oh, Daniel Simmons threw a heck of a slider there. Thompson for 5th. Looks like they both made it through their finals. Now Jamie Knopf up here in 4th, going to the inside of Mitchell Cimito now.
That 2 car didn't have enough speed, it looked like, to make that pass or to get his nose underneath the 8. But look at this, going through 1 and 2, he is underneath the 8 car. They are side by side, coming off of turn 2 right now. Let's see if that 8 car can prevail.
We are side by side, 3 rows deep from 3rd to 5th to 7th. As Dallas Seawart's making his presence felt here in the lead pack now. Ace Racing still 1 through 3 as we cross the line.
And here comes Jamie Knopf. He is having some help from his teammate of Simmons going through turns 1 right now. He is having the upper advantage over the 8 car coming off of turn 2. And we're getting sideways. The 8 car gets into the wall a little bit. And the 2 car pounces on that opportunity to take 3rd.
Yeah, it looked like Javone Thompson might have grabbed a little bit of wall there too behind Cimito. It looks like they're all fine. Still digging as now Jamie's going to the bottom of Matt Steven. Doesn't have enough to go there. 3 wide now going into turn 1.
Bryce Saucier making it 3 wide going into turn 1. And the 93 relents to try and save his car. Now coming off of turn 2. He is side by side with Dallas Seward. But here comes Rob Collier. He's looking to make it 3 wide going into turn 3.
Oh, it looked like Cimito grabbed some more wall there going into 3. As we're 3 wide again with Seward, Saucier, and Collier here. Going across the line. It looks like Collier is going to prevail out of that battle.
Collier getting the good end of the stick this time by with the 4 car. We'll see what he can do with the 6 car in front of him. But the 6 car is side by side with the 8. Coming off at turn 2 right now. We'll see what he can do going into turn 3 as he throws a big block on the 0-2.
That was a big time block out of big money. Daniel Simmons going into 3. Looks like he wants to hold that position. He gets tight, and Collier goes to the bottom. Dallas is sideways. This is incredible. 3 wide.
Great racing out of this pack right now. The 6 car now gets in line as the 0-2 goes side by side with the 8 car. Through 1 and 2, he is all over the bumper of the 6 car now, coming off at turn 2.
Looks like we single filed out for the first 5, 6 positions here as we're still side by side with Saucier and Seward going into 3. Is that Henderson ripping the wall now? Yes, it is.
Henderson looking to make himself known, trying to get back up to the front, but here comes the 6 car now. He is trying to challenge the 98 going into turn 1. Here he goes, ripping the top side in 1 and 2. He looks like he's going to make that pass. Jamie Knopf looking to make the lead of this race right now, but don't fret, he's got his teammate behind him. He's going to have some help going into turn 3.
As we go side by side, no we do not. Derek Miller's able to clear Jamie as now Collier's moved up to 4th. LA Motorsports 2-3, Collier behind them.
And it just like that, Ace Racing has lost their teammates. Derek Miller now holding on. His next teammate is 5th, and then the teammate after that, 6th and 7th. He's just up here fighting by himself almost being like Rob Collier every week. But here comes the LA Motorsports guys. Nope, here comes the 0-2, side by side with the 6 through 3 and 4.
He's going to get a great run off of 4. Can he get to the outside? No, Derek Miller shuts the door on him. He takes it to the bottom with a crossover. Going side by side across the line and down into turn 1. Derek Miller hangs it on the outside of him.
That outside line is just prevailing. You see the 2 car now get real tight off of turn 2. Here comes the 0-2 challenging for that second position.
Yeah, Jamie had to lift going into, or coming off at 2. Now Collier takes advantage. He moves into second. Oh, he got tight. He almost made contact with the wall, but he still remains second behind Derek Miller here.
The 0-2 car making a power move to get up into second place. What can he do to try and pass his 48 car while the LA Motorsports guys are pounding on his back door coming off of turn 2?
Oh, Collier with the crossover down the back, down to the bottom of Miller. Can he make it happen into 3? He sends it in hard. Can he slide up out of 4?
He holds it strong on the bottom there, coming off of 4. The 48 looking like he's having a good run, coming down the front straightaway, but the 0-2 is going to have a little bit of help from the 2 car. The 2 car going to be pushing the 0-2 going into turn 1.
Collier sends it in deep again. It looks like he's going to clear Derek Miller. Can he slide up here off of 2 this time? And he will. Oh, barely. What a block, as Miller ain't going to like that. He's going to shove it 3.
An absolute power move by that 0-2 car. I cannot believe it. He drove from the back to the front. Rob Collier, your new leader in that 0-2 car.
Showtime. Definitely putting on a show tonight, as now he leads Derek Miller, and you have the LA Motorsports guys 3-4. Is Saucier to the outside of Ben Simmons off of 2. He wants to get back in this mix as well.
The 4 car looking to make his run back to the front. The 6 car just relents his position. He knows he's a little bit quicker, but here comes the 4 car ripping the outside off of turn 4. He's going to get a massive run coming down the front straightaway.
He got a little sideways there off of 4, drove it off that corner full throttle. Looks like he's going to hang on to the 4th position over Daniel Simmons here, as the front 3 are kind of spreading out here.
We do see now the front pack here going single file. We'll see what the 4 car can do with the 2 car going through 3 and 4 as he rips the top side. The top side is almost, I would say, preferred right now. The top lane is so quick. Maybe the 4 car not that fast through 3 and 4 as the 6 car, but in 1 and 2, that high lane is very quick.
Yeah, he's making it happen going into 1 every time. He's getting tight off the corners. He does again that time. He will hang on to the 4th position now.
Now, going through 3 and 4, your leader still Rob Collier. He's got a 0.3 of a second lead over the 48 car right now. And then behind the 48, we've got the 2 car of Jamie Knopf. Behind that, we've got this good battle going on here between the 4 car and the 6 car, excuse me. The 6 car looking like he's trying to get around that 4 car at the moment. He's trying to find any ounce of grip and speed he can. As look at this, he goes side by side now with the 4 car going into turn 3 now.
Simmons and Saucier side by side. Looks like Simmons is going to make the move and pass him. And now Matt Stevens, Saucier's teammate, goes to the outside. He wants to move into the top here.
The 4 car possibly just burning off his tires a little bit. He needs to cool him down just a little bit here to try and get and make a, try to make another run to the front. As you see now, the 4 car losing a lot of time to his teammate and the 6 car.
Yeah, he's running a very interesting line, just kind of pinning it down the bottom there on the backstretch. Goes back to the top through 3 and 4. As now he's losing even more time, as now Javon Thompson's closing in behind him.
Oh, we got a caution. Tim Henderson. Oh, Dallas Seward, Tim Henderson grabbing a little bit of damage there, looking like coming off of turn 4. Unfortunate.
Wow, that is some significant damage on the 60 car there of Tim Henderson.
Let's go back and look at this replay here and see what happened to Tim Henderson and Dallas Seward. Oh, looks like the 38 grabbed the wall a little bit, pounded the wall, collected the 60 as the 39 goes through the grass, trying to avoid. Just unfortunate. 60 car had nowhere to go. 38 just grabbing a little bit of wall there. Let's go back, actually. I'd like to go on to Brad Haldane's. Let's go on to the Dega Boys camera there and see his point of view. Whoa, wow.
Woo!
That was close.
Whoa. That was some heads-up driving there by Bad Brad. He drives it through the grass, wheeling that thing back onto the track. That was impressive.
Grab that man a new pair of underwear during this pit stop. He's going to need it. We see the whole field come down. Looks like Steven Downton, he's going to be getting his lap back.
Yeah, that's some big news there for Steven. See if the Ace Racing guys can get another good set of pit stops here and get back to the front. We saw it on the first round.
There we go. A great stop by the O2. Nobody to challenge him. And we've got a pit road report from our in-race reporter, Jared McDonald. Jared, what do you got for us?
As I just got able to get some insight from Jamie Knopf and Daniel Simmons, and they're really hoping for a longer run going here. They feel like they're a little frustrated because everyone feels a little bit racy, a little too racy early on for no apparent reason. So they're hoping that they can get some longer runs and just kind of save their stuff for the end.
There you have it. The LA Motorsports guys getting a little, I guess, a little angry there. They're not getting their long run stint. We know these LA Motorsports guys, they love the long run. That's how they set up their cars. It's how that's how they've gotten, most of their wins. They've been doing a great job. They have a great strategy behind it, but they're not really being able to flex their muscles tonight. We were having some 30 some odd lap cautions, and it's just not enough for these LA Motorsports cars to get into their prime.
Yeah, as we've seen, Ace Racing and Rob Collier and Brad Haldane all have just exceptional takeoff speed. So I could see the frustration there at the LA Motorsports guys. Had a plan coming in, and it's racing. You get a plan, and you throw it out the window lap one, because now you're racing.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, at the moment, we do know this O2 car is extremely fast, even up to a 30-lap run. The 30-lap run, the O2 car, so far of what we know, is just dominant. We've seen the 39 car show some great signs of speed once he can get to the front. He has a little bit of damage on his car at the moment. It's probably preventing him from being, in the 100% performance range. But we can definitely see that 39 car back up to the front at the end of this race. The O2 car, though, he is absolutely capitalizing on these cautions right now. That 48 car and the Ace Racing crew, just in general, they have speed as well. The 2 and the 6 car in LA Motorsports, they have some really decently good short-run speed as well. It's almost just kind of scary to think about if we do go on a long run, how fast these guys will be.
Yeah, that's the story of the race, right? How fast can they be on the short runs, the long runs, be in traffic? Just a great race in general so far, and we're not even down to 100 laps to go yet. We still got a long way to go in.
Yeah, absolutely. A little quick report here. Tim Henderson's going a lap down now, probably fixing some damage. He is back with the pack here. So he will be racing for that lucky dog position. As we now see Rob Collier in the O2 car going to be leading this field to green. The pace truck pulls off as he goes down into pit lane. The O2 car leading this field to green. He gets a fantastic jump over the 48. The 48 got caught sleeping. The O2 car now is going to pounce on that position. The 2 car taking over the second place right now, going in through 1 and 2.
Yeah, that was a great restart by Rob Collier. Also a great LA guys on the bottom. So now Matthew Stevens, Derek Miller here is going to have to battle back.
The 48 car grabbed a little bit of wall there, coming off of turn 2. He is still side by side with Daniel Simmons in that 6 car, coming off of 4 now. We're seeing the Ace Racing team trying to catch back up and assist their teammate in the 48 car to see if they can get back to the front of the race and lead some more laps. But it looks like right now, the 6 car got a little tight with the 48 coming off of turn 2. He's looking to save it. He's real big sideways. He makes contact with the wall, and he keeps it straight, but that is looking like some significant damage on that 48 car.
Oh, you hate to see it. Running so good and pancakes it there off of 2. Maybe he could get the speed back. Maybe there's not as much damage as it looked at first.
That is just unfortunate with that 48 car pushing a little bit too hard coming off of turn 2 and racing a little bit too hard with these LA Motorsports guys. These LA Motorsports guys, though, they got a half a second gap to first place of the O2 car. Let's see if they can get that gap down.
Yeah, it looks like they made a great adjustment on those cars, really with a lot of takeoff speed here off this restart. Maybe adjusting to the race and their game plan as they're running 2-3 right now, as now the Ace Racing guys are behind them in 4th and 5th.
Yeah, absolutely. That would have been a good call to go ahead and set up their cars for a little bit of a shorter run. We've seen now the history of this race, probably around 30 laps. We're going to grab another caution. These guys were complaining that this lap race was, the green flag runs weren't going long enough. This was their prime opportunity to make that setup a little bit of a better short run car.
Yeah, as we see a 4-car battle here for 4th between Saucier and Steven. Javone Thompson's in that mix with Mitchell Cimito. So enter for about the 5th to 6th position, as Cimito sends it on the bottom of Javone Thompson, who's ripping the wall up there.
Javone getting back down in line now. They got the Ace Racing crew starting 4th, 5th, and 6th. Derek Miller back all the way in 12th right now. I bet you he's struggling a little bit with that damage. He's losing a lot of time. His lap times are not comparable at all. He's about a second slower from the leaders right at the moment. He's going to have a huge mountain to climb as we see this battle spicing up for 4th place.
Yeah, as we got all 3 Ace Racing guys in a line, just playing it safe, maybe just run in a line and run back down these LA guys. But Javone Thompson ain't playing around as he's going to go by these Ace Racing guys.
Absolutely. Now we see the 98 going down on his teammate on the inside going into turn 3. We'll see if that 98 car can complete the pass. He does, already through the apex of 3 and 4. He makes that pass off of turn 4. Now the 98 car leading the charge.
Yeah, Cimito also makes that pass on Saucier. And now here comes Javone Thompson trying to get into the top 5. And here comes Scott Mayhew Jr. after that early accident. He's on the outside of Thompson. He's trying to get up in the mix.
Absolutely. Scott Mayhew pouncing on the opportunity to go up and start racing these guys. And he looks very competitive. He's going to look to go side by side with the 4 car. He's got a great run going down the front straightaway. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, and you know how consistent of a driver he is, always just getting the best out of every bit of equipment he has. As he's going to the outside, gets a little tight off of 2. Oh, and he almost loses it. Oh, he's still side by side with Saucier going into 3.
We'll see what the 29 can do here. Racing with Bryce Saucier off of turn 4. Oh, Saucier gets a little tight. He gets a little loose, and then he saves it. That was some great driving there.
Yeah, he is just a wheel man. That number 4 of Bryce Saucier is now Brad Haldane is tagging onto the back of this group now as he looks to the outside of Javon Thompson. Is it time for a comeback for Bad Brad?
Bad Brad looking for that comeback. Absolutely. I am ready to see him march his way to the front like what he did earlier in this race as he completes the pass on the 93.
As now Scott Mayhew Jr. is trying to find a way around Mitchell. He's breaking up this ace racing party up here in the front. Looks like there's still nose to tail from 4th on back.
Rob Collier now opening that gap to 2nd place to 1.2 seconds. He is on rails right now as we see a really almost 3-wide situation. Coming off of turn 4, the 29 is now side by side with the 4 car coming across the start finish line. The 4 car looking to get that position back going into turn 1.
Oh, he sent it in on the bottom. Oh, we might get tight off the corner. Oh, that's some great racing there for 6th position. Mayhew Jr. still in the outside of him going into 3 as now Haldane follows in behind Scott Mayhew Jr. here.
A great opportunity for that 39 car to pounce on a couple more positions. He might be hurting a little bit from the damage, but his racing spirit is there. The 39 looking to make some more positions up.
Oh, it looked like he wanted to go 3 wide there for a second. Decided to follow. Oh, is it tied off of 2? Saucier got real tight up into the front end there of Mayhew Jr. Looks like they got through that clean.
Some great racing out of this 29 and the 4. They're still side by side coming off of turn 4 at the moment. We'll see what the 29 can do down the front straightaway. He should have the run to get him into turn 1, but they're still side by side. Advantage goes to the 4.
Oh, you love it. Mayhew Jr. is not giving up that position. Hangs the door of Saucier. Gets an incredible run off of 2. He's going to send it back to the top, see if he can get a better run. Oh, as Saucier drives it up right into his bumper. Oh, they save it. What a drive.
I'd like to go on board with Brad right now and see what it's like to drive around a lap on this track. We're watching a great battle here.
Wow, it's impressive how deep Saucier can drive into the corner here. It's just really impressive. He doesn't lose the nose. Oh, as Mayhew tries to send it in deep on Saucier now. This is incredible racing here.
Absolutely. The 29 looking to dive real deep into the corner to try to pull the same move the 4 did on him. And try to get that position back as we see Brad Haldane just absolutely sending it into turn 1. What a move! He makes up so much ground there.
Wow, that's a lot of bravery right there and trust in your setup here as he just sends it in there into turn 1. Oh, he gets great drive off of turn 2 as Mayhew had to lift for a split second. Oh, maybe contact off of 4.
Look at this. Now we've got the 93 car of Javon Thompson trying to make up some positions here. He's looking to pounce on the 29 car.
Yeah, Mayhew Jr. going to rotate down to the bottom. Maybe hurt his speed a little bit. Was so top dominant. Oh, he drives it in deep. Had to lift before he making contact with Javon Thompson there.
That was close. Really, really close. The 29 trying to just shove that car in there. Did not work out. He got the butt end of that deal. The 93 now grabbing that position fairly easy as now the 93 is looking to make a move on the 39.
Yeah, and with all that battling, they lost touch with the 4th and 5th place drivers there out of Ace Racing with Matthew Steven and Mitchell Samito. Maybe they can put something together here. Oh, as we're seeing the LA Motorsports guys on the back of Collier, Jamie to the outside for the lead.
And look at that. These LA Motorsports guys probably did make some adjustments. We're not even at that 30 lap mark yet. We're only 20 laps into this run. They're getting some fantastic speed at the moment. And they are just about 0.3 quicker a lap than Rob Collier right now. So these LA Motorsports guys doing their normal car setup, car runs to take over the lead of this race with some long stints.
Yeah, as we see Jamie go to the lead, Daniel follow through into second, Collier now back to third. Can he tag in behind these guys and keep pace as he gets real tight off of 2? Whoa!
Great save by the O2 car there, coming off of turn 2. Keeps his car clean. It's what he needs because he's already used his quick repair. At this moment, we're definitely going to have some more pit stops. He can make that time back, possibly another caution, and see if he can grab that speed that he needs to get back out and lead this race.
Yeah, what an impressive drive so far here by Jamie Knopf, starting 10th, and it took him just a little over the halfway point to get to the lead here. Always a fast contender in that number 2 car. Finds his way to the front at least one point in the race, and he usually holds it.
Absolutely. Also, that 2 car, your biggest mover of the race right now, plus 9 positions. Nobody else even comes close to that.
Yeah, the only one that I would say would come close, but that's passes on track, would be Rob Collier, as he's now all over the back of Daniel Simmons. He ain't giving up on this battle for the lead just yet.
Absolutely. This is what we like to see. Rob Collier doing Rob Collier things. He's looking to get some more positions back.
Yeah, as he's tagged right into the back of these LA guys. Changed his lineup a little bit here. As Daniel Simmons goes a little wide. Rob Collier still follows behind him. Oh, Collier's just tight off of 2.
Yeah, that car is going away from him real quick. He's going to have to find another line to use or another strategy to use while he's got this car underneath him until he can get some new tires and make adjustments.
Yeah, it's tough to fight a hard or a really tight race car here at Chicagoland. To have to wait on that nose, really driving it harder than you really need to, really using up those tires.
Absolutely. He did, though, have a lot of speed on the short run. You can absolutely see this man, the O2 car of Collier, up in front for most likely the rest of this race.
And he's such an adaptable driver. He knows that his tires just lying a little. Kind of just being patient behind these LA Motorsports guys, and he isn't really losing any. As now they're going to lap Dallas Seward here after his collision earlier.
We've got another great battle going on here with the 39 car. The 29 is back. He took both of those positions away.
Yeah, it looks like he moved back to the top where he was so successful earlier.
Oh, we got a car on the
Maybe
infield. Dallas Seward.
Had to mention him. Announcer's jinx. Poor Seward. I need to quit giving him call-outs in the race.
No caution yet.
Though.
There's a possibility it could be a caution. Well, he's back up and running. I don't think so. Unfortunate luck again for the 38. Just not being able to get the break he needs. The Sheldon Creed of the Nexus Motor City Cup League here. Unfortunate.
Wow, we're still got a great battle here for the lead. Collier is not letting go. Still tight off the corner, as you can see. Still not giving up yet. Just want to keep in touch with them because we might have to make a green flag stop here soon.
We are now 30 laps into this run. We'll see how the dynamic changes with these cars. Rob Collier doing a great job to keep up with these LA Motorsports guys. And really no competition from 4th place at the moment. They've got a 4-second lead over them.
It's like time and time again, you see these LA Motorsports guys versus Collier. week after week, just always going after each other, trying to be top dog. Here they are again, battling here. 94 laps into this race.
Oh, something happened to Downton there. He keeps it straight. So currently you can see the lap times on the left-hand side of your screen right now. Daniel Simmons, the fastest car on track at the moment. Right behind them, Jamie Knopf and Rob Collier pulling out some 32.2s, as well as Mitchell Samito. So look at that. That was a flyer.
Yeah, that's a good time. Yeah, for sure.
Well, as we continue to go single file racing here, we are now, we have completed 94 laps. We are coming up to the completion of 95. We've got Jamie Knopf, Daniel Simmons, teammates over at LA Motorsports. 1 and 2 right now. Rob Collier in the O2 P3 right now, with the Ace Racing crew of Matthew Steven and Mitchell Samito. Rounding out your top 5 at the moment. We've had some great on-track action with these guys for the first 90 laps. I mean, these guys have been putting on an awesome show at the moment. We're going to be seeing a great show to the end of this race. I think it's only going to get better.
Yeah, we are going to see interesting green flag pit stops here. Remains green here for the foreseeable future of this race, which I expect green flag pit stops. I expected some long runs in this race, and we're getting it here now.
Absolutely. We are. These guys gotta be coming up to their pit window now, I would expect. We'll see. We're closing up on a 40-lap run right now. And it looks like Rob Collier not falling off too much. He's fallen off a little bit now. 2/10 slower than second place at the moment. So we'll see if that O2 car can keep up with these leaders.
As Daniel Simmons and Jamie Knopf, we've seen this several. They kind of use each other to kind of set a pace consistently with each other. They work so well together on these races to be there at the end.
Absolutely. Still, though, they are 1/10.5 quicker than Rob Collier per lap. And they are just absolutely capitalizing on it. And doing a great job doing it, too. They're working together. They are absolutely the class of the field right now with their lap times, and they're doing it together. If they weren't, then I would assume that the O2 car could get back up to them. We've got something cool to give you guys. I'd like to do this and see how well it works. We're going to do a crank it up for you guys. So, enjoy. And just like that, we're seeing green flag pit stops happening right now. We got Bryce Saucier and Brad Haldane on pit road. These are some of your lead lap guys within the top 8. These guys now coming down pit road. Bryce Saucier, 1 lap down. Brad's going 2 laps down. He must have had some more damage than we thought he had. Unfortunately, now 2 laps down, not really in contention for that lucky dog position. As we now see the leaders going by him again. He is going to go another lap down. That'll put him 3. Bryce Saucier coming out of turn 2 right now. Leaders in the middle of 1 and 2.
Yeah, we saw this strategy last week with Bryce Saucier. Was able to short pit the field, get in front of Jamie Knopf, and kind of challenge him there late in that race. Maybe he can do it again here at Chicagoland.
Yep, absolutely. Great point. We're coming up to, we're 45 laps to go right now. Bryce does not need to pit again.
Yeah, he's going to be on full charge mode now. He's got a lot of ground to make up, and he's got to use tires to his advantage.
Yep, he's got to run.
For him, he's the first car on 1 lap down, so he'll be in that free pass position.
Absolutely. He's got to run qualifying laps just from here on out. He's got nobody in front of him at the moment. He's just got to be nice and smooth. Take care of those tires, because at the end, he could have a chance. We could possibly see another caution, too, as we now see Rob Collier coming down pit road.
Yeah, I can't expect LA Motorsports guys to be out there for much longer. Closest competition makes his pit stop here.
We'll see where the 4 car comes out over the 02. It'll be interesting to see, given the gap that was in between the 02 and the 4.
Yeah, it looks like the LA guys didn't come this time either. 4 tires and fuel, and here he goes. See what Rob Collier could do lap time wise here.
And the 4 car just now hitting the start-finish line. We'll go on board with him and see where he stacks up against the 02 car. And I don't think it's going to be enough. The 02 car coming off of the pit lane exit now. He is already on track and he is full throttle. There's no way the 4 can pass him.
Yeah, it was a bold strategy. Just didn't work out. Collier pitted at the right time to leap him here. Oh, is Mayhew sideways? That could just throw the whole strategy. Caution, he saves it.
Some great driving ability we've seen out of that 29 car all night long. He proves it once again. The 29 car holding it straight after getting sideways off of turn 4.
Yeah, as the leaders have just gone into turn 1, Collier going through 3 and 4 now. He's about a lap half down to your leaders, Jamie and Daniel.
Still nobody electing to come down pit lane yet. We see the LA Motorsports crew still out front. This is good news for Rob. The longer they stay out, the bigger the gap Rob will have over Jamie and Daniel.
Well, yeah, that and also the short run speed he's had all night. I mean, getting the fresh tires sooner, exactly. He's going to have a big advantage. Now, can he charge now and still save enough to hold him off later in this run? That's the question.
Well, hopefully he made some good adjustments on his car for a longer run speed. We know that when the 2 and the 6 car passed him, he could keep up with them for about 10 laps, and then he dropped off. If he can make a little bit of a tire adjustment, maybe a little bit of track bar, he can go out and get this done. You can also slap a whole bunch of tape on that, too, to get yourself a little bit more front nose downforce. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I don't think he has very much tape on that car.
We'll see if that pays off. As we now see the 02 coming up to the 09, Stephen Downton. Downton giving him all the room he needs. Very respectful for that 02 car as he is trying to now get a huge gap for the end of pit cycles. The 38 on pit road.
Looking at the track map here, Collier's already cut about a quarter of a lap out of that deficit there. So in another few more laps, he should be right there, get his lap back here.
Absolutely. Now he's coming on to Mitchell Samito. Mitchell Samito is in 4th place. Oh, look at that. We got LA Motorsports on pit lane right now.
Here goes Collier to get his lap back now. Does he have enough pace to get all the way back around?
This is going to get interesting. Where does the 02 car end up? We're about to find out on this pit strategy that he called. We'll see where the 2 and 6 comes out. This is getting good.
He's halfway down the back now. He's going into turn 3. Oh, this could be close.
No, he's going to get it. He's going to be able to pass him going through 1 and 2 now. This 6 car had a bad pit stop. The 2 car's all by himself.
Here comes Collier ripping. I don't think he's going to get him. There he is. It's going to be close. He's going to do it.
There you go. The 02 car, the new leader of this race, using some pit strategy to get back out on front.
That was a great move, as we still have 5 cars that haven't made a pit stop here. Matthew Stephen, Mitchell Samito, Mayhew Jr., Golden, Gast.
Plenty of opportunities for everyone to come down pit road and to make a good strategy call. Maybe the strategy for these front 2 cars is to stay out as long as possible.
Here comes Mayhew Jr. now and Golden, pitting from 3rd and 4th respectively.
And here comes the 02 car now passing them. Collier getting his lap back.
Yeah, that was a very detrimental stop there for Daniel Simmons. He lost 3 seconds to his teammate there in that pit sequence.
Yeah, a lot of times. Something bad happened on his pit stop. Looks like he's gaining a good amount of time. We'll see what the 86 and 29 can do, leaving pit road at the moment. And the 02 is at the start-finish line now. He's easily going to be able to get by him.
Yeah, Simmons has cut that lead to Collier down to under a second now. I guess it's like 1.2 seconds now. Jamie is on a tear here. He's flying towards Collier.
Yep. That time by Daniel Simmons was a half a second quicker.
As now Mitchell Samito is the only guy not making a pit stop so far. Your race leader.
Again, another half second quicker for Jamie Knopf. He is setting his eyes on the 02 car now.
We saw contact between these two guys at Dover. We saw great racing last week at Charlotte between these guys. We've seen great racing at Darlington between these guys. And here we are with like 41 laps to go at the line this time here at Chicagoland.
Jamie is setting his eyes on the prize, trying to get around Rob Collier for the potential lead of this race. We've got Mitchell Samito on pit road.
Yeah, he had to make his stop. He was going to play the long game and pray for a caution. The caution never came. This should cycle. Collier and now Jamie to the inside of... He will lead the line. Could Collier come back at him?
Collier getting a little tight off of turn 2. He's going to have to lift and not hit the wall. Going down the back straightaway now, the 2 car has a huge advantage over the 02.
Yeah, Jamie is really in his prime right now, coming off the high of... Pulls ahead of Collier here as we got 40 laps to go at the line, and now Daniel Simmons is closing in on this battle here.
Daniel Simmons putting down some flyers as well. He is the fastest car on track. A 31.1 that time by Jamie Knopf. 31.4 in the 02 car, 31.7.
Wow, Collier's car is really tight. Didn't make the right adjustment on that pit stop, but he's still keeping touch with Jamie. Isn't losing the time he was losing before he got past.
Another race shaping up between the LA Motorsports guys and Rob Collier. We'll see how this one turns out, and it doesn't really look like anybody else is going to be a contender. We've got Ace Racing 14 seconds behind third place with Bryce Saucier. Behind him, an almost 8-second lead that he has behind his teammate.
Because now Daniel Simmons moves into second. Now he's going to down his... After that bad pit stop, he's flying. He's got this thing under a second to his teammate, Jamie. Half a second.
Yeah, that time by again. Daniel Simmons just going on an absolute tear. He is a 31 flat. His teammate, 31.47. We'll see what this time around, what he pulls. Identical. Same lap as the lap before.
Wow, this is heating up. These LA Motorsports guys, it seems like if you win in the Cup Series, you got to go through these two. Daniel Simmons looking for his 10th win on the season. Jamie looking for his 3rd. The 2 leaders in the points as we stand. Jamie hanging on as Daniel is closed up to his bumper now, coming to the line.
Is the 6 car going to work with his teammate to try and get that 2 car propelled to the end, or is he going to make the pass? I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe the 6 car electing to stay behind the 2 car, save some tires, maybe a little bit of fuel saving, possibly. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to need it. But here comes the 6 car all over the rear bumper of the 2.
I think Daniel Simmons is going to be patient here with his teammate. We've seen time and time again, they work so well together to separate themselves from the field. He is going to be saving his tires to make a late run at his teammate Jamie.
Absolutely. The 6 car just chilling behind his teammate at the moment. We'll see what he plans to do here. On the other end, we don't have much racing going on. It is a lot of single file, a lot of lap traffic in the way. And at the moment, these 2 cars right here are the closest cars together for any type of passing.
I know these 2 guys do not want to see a caution. I know they don't want me talking about a caution with the whole announcer's jinx out here. They want this to run green to the end to settle it between themselves, the LA guys.
And what an absolute domination, again, we're seeing tonight out of this LA Motorsports camp. Week in and week out. All they do is show up with speed. They might be a little slow in the beginning, but during the race, they make all the correct adjustments. Oh, we got Dallas Seward off track, right in front of the leaders right here.
Oh, is this going to be a caution? He's through the grass. He might be able to make it to pit road as he's dirt tracking it through the grass. He needs a Toro sticker on the front bumper there for next week.
Somebody call Kyle Larson. You got yourself a new business manager. He makes it to pit lane.
And to bring up the point you were saying earlier, week in, week out, we see these LA Motorsports guys to get to the front. This week was different. We saw them not qualify well. Really struggled with those short runs early to get to the front. Used strategy, used the long run here, adjusted their cars to get that track position, made the right pit call, and here they are with 31 laps to go, leading this race over Rob Collier by 4 seconds.
Yes, just absolutely dominant. Again, these guys know what they are doing. They know what they want. They come to the race weekend, and they just capitalize. Every time they capitalize on long run speed, and that is the name of their game.
As they just run so consistent. Jamie is like an Iceman out. Always just leading the train for the LA guys. Not making any mistakes. Just going down the back, just smooth and steady on the wheel.
Got maybe a little race going on here with the Ace Racing guys. See what Matt Steven can do on the inside of the 4 car. Looks like he completes that pass coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, Matthew Steven been so consistent all season. Got 4th last week. He's trying to improve it by 2. He wants a podium. Now running 5th over his teammate Bryce, who that shortcut just didn't seem to work out for him today, as he's sideways off a 2.
Strategy not really working out. Sometimes it just happens, but you always have to respect the strategy that goes into these calls that they're doing. It makes the race interesting. It makes it fun to watch. These guys do a great job on doing that, on mixing up strategies.
As the leaders now go by Derek Miller, who was so strong this run. He had that all contact there on one of those restarts early on, has faded since then. But he's in the free pass position, and if that all but dreaded caution comes out, here he is in prime position.
Absolutely. Again, these 2 guys right here just working together to get to the end of the race. Doing a great job doing that. We now see Rob Collier in the O2 car just about 5 seconds behind these guys. Not really going to be much of a contender for the end of this race if they don't get a caution. If they do get a caution, that's everything Rob Collier wants.
Yeah, and like I said with Bryce Saucier's shortcut, Collier's shortcut just didn't quite work out. Still battling those tightness issues. Losing touch to the 2 leaders. Does he have anything left maybe here in the last 25 laps to make another charge back at them?
I don't know. We will see, though. The end of this race creeping up just under 20 laps. Or excuse me, we are 24 laps to go at the completion of this lap.
Yeah, it looks like Jamie's got that thing just pinned on the bottom. It looks like Daniel is just trying to stay a bit, finding a little bit of a higher line through the corners. Maybe testing his teammate a little bit here, seeing where he's a little better. so he can set up that late race charge for the win.
The real question that we will be coming up to, if we don't get a caution, is who do you think is the stronger car, the 2 or the 6?
Oh, that's such a tough question. They both have their strengths and weaknesses here. It looks like Daniel's been able to really search and find multiple grooves, while Jamie's pretty much been fully committed to that bottom all day long. It's going to be interesting to see if that multi-groove ability that Simmons has is going to allow him to make that move late on his teammate.
It's a good analysis there. It's definitely going to be good between these two guys in terms of viewing pleasure. The 6 and the 2 always putting on a great show, but now they're going to race each other.
Yeah, it looks like Jamie is kind of losing the nose a little bit here as this run to the bottom. Maybe his car is going away. Maybe push the tires a little bit too hard there at the beginning of this run. Oh, yeah, he's really struggling now. You could see the front end coming off the tight. He's trying to open his corners up on entry to save his exit. Oh, Daniel a little sideways off of 2.
Maybe these guys are starting to struggle a little bit. We still see them, the class of the field at the moment, with some 32 flats. These drivers are pulling. Rob Collier pulling a 32.79 last time by. So, you know, they're still just absolutely killing it on speed-wise. We'll see what Rob does. Rob does a 32.3. Very respectable lap time there. As now,
and to make a note too is Mitchell Cimito's gotten up to 4th, and he is on the freshest tire.
Yeah, he actually pulled the fastest lap out of everybody on that last lap. Mitchell Cimito has a great run going for him right now. Maybe he can catch Collier by the end of this.
Yeah, he is closing that gap just a little bit. Slowly but surely putting a late race charge. As it looks like Jamie is starting to really struggle with the handling of that car. You could see it mid-turn. He's having to work the front end to get it to do what it wants for exit. So they're going to get into lap traffic here before the end of this race as they see Brad Haldane, Tim Henderson, and Javon Thompson just up the road from them. Maybe that'll be a factor in this outcome.
Mitchell Cimito putting down lap times very comparable to the leaders at the moment. Rob Collier about 0.2 off as well. Rob Collier still losing time to our leaders while Mitchell is maintaining. We'll see. Oh, wow. Excuse me. That was 0.3 slower that time by for Rob Collier.
Yeah, his handling's fully gone now. He's just kind of hanging on, trying to put him in position. As now we're closing in on this lap traffic. It looks like Haldane and Henderson battling right there. This could shake it up a little bit as Haldane goes to the inside of Henderson. Gonna go side by side into turn 3. Oh, Henderson sideways off of 4. Here come the leaders. Where are they gonna go?
Brad Haldane giving the preferred line to the LA Motorsports crew, which is the bottom. to those guys. Being very
these Motor City
respectable.
Cup guys give each other lots of respect. Exactly what you were saying. A lot of respect between these drivers. They know how hard it is to win these races. Daniel Simmons, bumper. Is it too soon to make your move?
13 laps to go at the completion of this lap. I think Daniel still has a good amount of time to do what he wants to do on this 2-car. Brad is prevailing on the top side. He had a huge run going down the back straightaway.
Yeah, he didn't lay over for him. He didn't get in their way, but he didn't lay over. Heads up driving by the lead, Brad Haldane and Tim Anderson.
Now our leaders are through. Brad is now battling with Tim Henderson there in the back. And the 2 and the 6 will continue on with their tear that they have.
Yeah, as the next guy up the road here is Javon Thompson. I don't know if they'll catch him by the end of this race. It'll be close.
These guys just putting up some incredibly fast times. These guys are still hitting 32.19s. That is insane for the amount of laps that they have on these tires.
Yeah, they just seem to get faster and faster as the run goes on compared to everybody else. It's just so impressive what they can do. So we're getting 11 to go this time.
These guys doing everything they need to do and executing. On top of that, just absolutely putting on a dominant performance right now. These LA Motorsports crew of the 2 and the 6 going through 3 right now on lap 157. We'll be looking to 10 to go at the start-finish line.
Yeah, coming to get the Dega boys. 10 laps to go here in Chicago. As Daniel Simmons and Jamie Knopf are looking to battle it out here for the win. LA Sports teammates, as they close in on Javon Thompson, maybe they can use him as a pick on each other.
We'll see if the 6 car will do that to his teammate. I am not fully convinced at the moment that the 6 car is going to pass the 2 car, but maybe I am wrong. These guys might have a very entertaining 5-lap shootout, or maybe a 2-lap shootout with each other. We'll find out as the 2 car looking to go underneath the 93 in turn 1.
Oh, Jamie was able to pin it. Oh, he gets a little tight off of 2. This is going to open the door for Daniel if he wants to take it. As he chases him down into turn 3.
They both complete the pass on the 93, and they're going to get reconnected here. We'll see how much that lap traffic affected them. Oh, nothing! 0.05 of a second. That's about it. These guys are just...
Oh, Daniel's getting a run off the corner. Jamie's handling's gone away a little bit. He's a little mid-turn.
These guys still nose to tail here as we come up to 6 to go.
I think the question here is, when is the move going to be made here? Is he going to wait till the last lap? I couldn't see that being a possibility. Maybe he's going to do it sooner. I don't know.
Still nose to tail. Daniel Simmons electing to stay behind his teammate, Jamie Knopf. Well, we're coming up to 5 to go. 5 more laps here around Chicagoland.
Oh, Daniel's searching now. Here he goes to the outside. 2. He does it. He's going to fall in behind Jamie again, going down the back.
Is this the shootout we were talking about? Maybe these LA Motorsports guys going at it with each other now to see who takes home the big trophy, the winner of the race. As we still see Daniel Simmons behind the 2 car. They are going into turn 1 now.
Oh, Jamie's opening up his corner. He's going higher now, searching for rip. As now Daniel closes down the back again. Does he take it to the bottom into 3? It looks like he's going to give him a shot.
Oh, he grabbed the wall!
Contact.
Contact with the outside wall with the 6 car. He grabs a little damage from it. Let's see how bad this is going to affect him with the remainder 3 laps.
Looks like Daniel is getting impatient. He's ready to make his out of Jamie. Can he make any ground up as Jamie loses the again? Daniel's a little sideways. He's got enough of a run, I believe, to challenge going into turn 3.
Still nose to tail. The 2 car is your leader. The 6 car looking for an opportunity to get around him. Coming off of turn 4 now. The 2 car is losing just a bare amount of time to the 6 car going down the front straightaway. Probably draft related, but still nose to tail. As the 6 car now goes up 1 lane other than the 2 car. The 2 car is pushing up in front of him. Coming off of turn 2 now.
Here we go. Going into turn 3. We're coming to get the white flag this time. Does Daniel have anything left? He's losing a teammate, Jamie. Here we go for the white flag. Iceman. Jimmy Knopf versus Big Money Daniel Simmons. Who takes the win here tonight at Chicagoland through turn 1 and 2 for the final time? Daniel drives it in deep on the bottom. Jamie gets tight again. Oh, Daniel's going to get a great run down the back. Where does he go with his run down the back? Into turn 3. He's going to go back to the outside. I don't think he's going to have enough. Out of turn 4, here comes Jamie Knopf for his 3rd win of the season in the Motor City Cup here at Chicago.
A fantastic race driven by that 2 car. He gets it done tonight here in Chicagoland. Congratulations to that 2 car. Pulling off the 3rd victory of the season for that man there and the LA Motorsports crew. Daniel Simmons coming home P2 and Rob Collier finishing off your podium in P3. Mitchell Samito finished P4 and Matthew Stephen rounding out your top 5 in 5th place.
Wow, that's back-to-back for Jamie. Really just putting another great display on. He's coming into his prime. He put all the bad luck behind him with those multiple races he had, nearly won, and he put it together. Back-to-back for Jamie Knopf out of LA Motorsports.
Absolutely. That was the end of this race here with the Nexus Motorsports. Nexus Sim League Racing. Rob Collier, let's pull him up. Hey Rob, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Got you guys.
Rob, what a tough race there at the end to try and hold off those LA Motorsports crew. We saw you short pit a little bit. You benefited a lot, but it just looks like you didn't have the long run speed that you needed to compete with these guys. Tell us a little bit about your race and what was going through your head there at the end.
I really wanted a caution there at the end.
No doubt.
It's like I had them covered if that happened. But no, it's just the big thing I noticed. Got their 20 laps. I don't know what they're doing. They could just carry so much more speed going into 3.
Yeah.
And those two being those two, they weren't going to leave each other. And the draft that they had was about half a second a lap, essentially, that alone. So, yeah, once stuff wore out and they could still do what they were doing, yeah, there's no chance after 30 laps.
Absolutely. We saw those two cars nose to tail for most of the night. Absolutely a huge advantage on such an aero-dependent track like this. Rob, who do you have to thank for your P3 tonight?
The usual. Thank the wife for letting me do this. Thanks to SK for putting the league on, and yeah, thanks you guys for putting on the show.
Absolutely. It is our pleasure. We love doing it. We love interviewing you guys. We love talking about racing. So thank you for your drive tonight and giving us something to talk about, Rob. And we thank you for your kind words. And we hope to see you next week on another exciting race here in the Nexus Sim Racing Leagues.
Alrighty, guys. Have a good one.
We'll see ya. That was Rob Collier, your P3 finisher. Let's go ahead and pull up your P2, Daniel Simmons. Daniel, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Daniel, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Pretty good. That was a pretty decent race right there. Glad we got a long green flag run there at the end.
Yeah, we did get that in-race report from our man over in the pit box, Jared McDonald, telling us you guys were really itching for that long run stint. You guys finally got it at the end and capitalized on it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your race and what you guys were hoping for?
Yeah, so we just needed the long green flag run. We knew we could save just a little bit maybe at the beginning, and the way our cars was set up, man, it was like we had parachutes on down the straightaway the first few laps. But it allowed us to better get through the corners a little bit better, and then at the end right there, we could, especially in 3, we could carry more speed through 3 and 4. It seemed like the most of them could. So we just pretty much knew if we could get out front and just kind of stay dedicated to each other and one of us push, hopefully we could break that draft and get away from them, and it seemed like it worked.
Well, it sure did, and you guys put on another dominant display of your LA Motorsports cars. Another just weekend of domination and very impressive. Tell us who you have to thank tonight, Daniel.
Yeah, like I say, I got to thank my teammates, Jamie and Rob. Rob couldn't make it. He got caught in the work there at last minute, but like I say, the time and effort they put into these setups and being able to work together throughout the week to get ready for the following week, I can't thank them enough for that. And you guys, man, broadcast it makes Tuesdays at work way funner. And to go back and watching this stuff, so I appreciate that, and thank SK for keeping this deal going. It's the funnest league we've run in a long time.
Absolutely, and we thank you for your kind words. We love doing this as well, like what I was just telling Rob Collier. We actually want to thank you for all the on-track action you guys provide us and the content. So thank you for coming out and being a part of this league. We appreciate that. And we hope that you have a great rest of your night and to go and celebrate with the rest of your team.
All right, surely appreciate it. And Jamie wanted me to pass along to you guys. He's a little sick right there, and he's lost his voice. So he may or may not still be in here. So he said just kind of give y'all a heads up.
All right. Sounds good. We understand, Jamie. We understand. Yes, sir. Hey, listen, thank you again. We will see you next week.
All right, y'all too. Thank y'all.
You betcha. There you have it. That was Daniel Simmons for P2 tonight. Unfortunately, Jamie is a little sick and won't be joining us for an interview, but let's just talk about it here, Jay, for a second. How dominant, in the retrospect of things, how dominant are those LA Motorsports cars?
They are just unbelievable talents behind the wheel. They work so hard to craft their setups. They work so well together. They show each other a lot of respect. Everybody in this league shows each other a lot of respect. These guys definitely know what they're doing behind the wheel. They know how to decide a race from the beginning to the end with their strategy, to complement their setups, to complement their driving talent. And they just seem to surface at the front when it matters and always put on a great show for everybody at home. We're just seeing a display like no other. I appreciate dominance, and I appreciate what these guys do on the track and really showing everybody at home how talented these guys are behind the wheel.
Absolutely. I agree 100% with that. Another thing I'd like to add is what a great set of teammates that they have over there at LA Motorsports. These two guys did not battle each other for a solid 25 laps because they knew how important the draft was. And if they can get that gap in between everybody else, they would be completely fine to race each other at the end. I think that little bit of wall damage that Daniel got there kind of prohibited him from getting that victory tonight. But in the end, it doesn't matter. An LA Motorsports guy still won the race. That is most important. I think the camaraderie between these guys and how these guys work together is so evident, not only with how they race each other, but just the raw speed they have. It is a very impressive display that they put on, and it is an absolute pleasure to come out here and be able to broadcast these guys.
I agree. I 100% love these. Always a great time. Always enjoy being here in the booth with you, Tom. We just have a great time. We love interacting with everybody that comes in to enjoy these races with us. And we are just in a great time of iRacing here in the Nexus Sim Racing Leagues at the moment. Can't be more thankful for it.
Absolutely. With that being said, we would like to give a shout out to old Steven Downton, who gave us this opportunity to come out, broadcast his leagues. We truly appreciate you, buddy, and we thank you. Also, to all of our viewers right now, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Jay and I, we have our own podcast that we do. We talk everything racing. It is an absolute blast. Jay, I'll let you take it over here and explain the podcast a little bit.
Yeah, so every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time podcast. This week, we're going to be talking about all of the races here this weekend, from NASCAR to Formula Racing, Formula 1, Formula 2, IndyCar, Indy NXT, all the great races this weekend. We'll also be previewing this weekend's races at Sonoma for the NASCAR series, as well as the big event, the marquee centennial event of the 24-hour Le Mans. We'll give you the rundown, the cars to beat, what to expect in the 24-hour of Le Mans, super exciting race, where to catch it. And as well, coming this Sunday, we're going to be doing a watch party for the Sonoma Cup Series race. So come and enjoy our perspective as we live here on the Dega Boys Broadcasting Network here on YouTube. Can't wait to see everybody come and enjoy that race with us and give us their feedback and watch it live. Come have a good time with us.
Absolutely. Lots of fun things happening here at the Dega Boys Broadcasting channel. Make sure you guys come out. We would love to have you there. We're going to be just being Tom and Jay. So with that being said, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Everybody who likes and comment tonight, we surely do appreciate you guys coming out. Amy, Tim, thank you guys for commenting for tonight. You guys are awesome. Keep up being awesome. And we hope to see you guys in the future broadcasts. Again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps our channel out a lot. And we appreciate everybody who watched. This is Thomas and Jay in the booth, signing off. We'll see you next time.